The story of Sleeping Beauty is one of the most famous classic stories that has been told in different forms throughout the ages and has been turned into movies and cartoons. The story revolves around a king and queen who lived in a beautiful palace in a faraway city. Despite their wealth, they were not happy because they did not have a child. One day, the queen gave birth to a very beautiful baby girl. The king and queen were happy and decided to throw a big party to celebrate her birth. They invited all the people of the city, as well as 7 fairies, where each fairy would wish the princess a good wish. At the party, the fairies made different wishes for the princess, such as being as beautiful as a butterfly, having a sweet voice, being good at music and dancing, and being loved by everyone. But suddenly, an old fairy who had left the kingdom a long time ago entered, and she was angry because she was not invited to the party. She made an evil wish for the princess, that she would die on her 15th birthday from a prick of a spindle. Everyone was shocked and sad, but the 7th fairy, who had not yet made a wish, eased the evil wishes, as she wished that the princess would sleep for 100 years instead of dying if the prick happened. After the party, the king ordered all the spinning wheels in the kingdom to be collected and burned to prevent the evil wish from coming true. But when the princess reached the age of 15, she found an old tower far from her parents' eyes, and in it was an old woman spinning wool on a spinning wheel. The princess asked to try the wheel, and as soon as she touched the spindle, she pricked her finger and fell into a deep sleep. The king and queen were saddened and decided to put the princess in a bed decorated with gold to sleep for 100 years. On the advice of the good fairy, the king and queen and everyone in the palace fell into a deep sleep so that the princess would not wake up to find herself alone. The fairy also planted thick bushes around the palace to protect it during this time. Years passed, and one day there was a prince from another kingdom who heard the story of the sleeping princess. The abandoned palace aroused his curiosity, and he decided to enter it. He started cutting down the thick trees until he reached the inside. There he saw life in the palace stopped. The guards were frozen, and the servants were frozen as they prepared food. When the prince reached the sleeping princess, he bent down and touched her hair. The princess woke up, and the whole palace came back to life. The king and queen were happy to see life return to the palace and thanked the brave prince. That night, a great party was held to celebrate the princess's awakening, and she was married to the prince.